Who is the most shy in BTS? Many people would say that it is Suga. He is often introverted and tends to keep to himself. He often puts himself last when it comes to activities and often decides not to talk much. However, some people think that V may be even shyer than Suga. This is because he rarely speaks out and usually stays quiet. He often prefers to go to places alone instead of with a group. Jin is also a candidate for being the most shy. He usually stays in the back of the group and avoids speaking in large crowds. He also keeps to himself most of the time and is very careful when it comes to public engagements. Jimin is also known to be very shy and introverted in public arenas. He is more comfortable in quiet places and away from big crowds. He is often seen trying to stay out of the spotlight. Jungkook is probably one of the least shy members of BTS, although he is still a bit reserved. He often speaks up and is comfortable talking in large crowds. He also seems to enjoy the attention he gets when he's performing. All the members of BTS have their own personalities and each is shy in their own way. Suga may be the most introverted of the members, but there is no doubt that the other members are shy in their own ways as well. It may be a bit harder to tell who is the most shy, but Suga definitely stands out. His introverted nature and lack of engagement often points out that he is most likely the most shy of the BTS members. Although Suga may be the most introverted, V may be a bit shy as well. He's not as actively engaged as some of the other members, and he often seems to be trying to stay away from large crowds. Jin is often considered the quietest member of the group, but he may not be the most shy in BTS. He speaks his mind and isn't afraid to speak up when needed. Jimin is one of the most well-known members of the group, but he is also one of the most introverted. He's not afraid to speak in front of crowds, but he does shy away from the spotlight when he can. Jungkook is the youngest of the group and perhaps the least shy. He often speaks up during interviews and performances, and loves to be the center of attention. Although it may be hard to tell who is the most shy in BTS, many would argue that Suga takes the top spot. He doesn't shy away from public engagements, but he often chooses to stay in the background and not be too social. V also definitely falls into the category of shy. He prefers to stay behind the scenes and rarely engages in large conversations. He likes to go places on his own and stay away from big group events. Jin might not be the most shy, but he is one of the quietest of the group. He usually keeps to himself and doesn't often speak up in large crowds. Jimin is known for being introverted and shy in public situations. He is more comfortable away from large crowds and prefers to stay in the background. Jungkook, on the other hand, is known as the most outgoing of the members. He often stands out during interviews and performances and loves to be the center of attention. Who is most shy in BTS? It's hard to say, as all members possess different levels of shyness. Some may be more social than others, but all of them can be introverted in some ways. Suga may be the most introverted of the group, as he often chooses to stay away from large crowds and keeps to himself. He rarely speaks up and tries to stay away from the spotlight. B may come in second, as he is often reserved in large groups. He prefers to stay away from public engagements and goes places alone. While it's hard to say that Jin is shy, he definitely doesn't like to speak up in large crowds. He usually stays in the background and keeps to himself. Jimin is definitely one of the most shy members of BTS. He is uncomfortable in the public eye and avoids being the center of attention. Jungkook, on the other hand, is often seen as the most outgoing of the members. He loves being the center of attention and speaks up often in interviews. Suga might be the most shy overall, but V, Jin, and Jimin all have their moments where they can be introverted and shy as well. Suga often refrains from speaking during public engagements and rarely tries to take the spotlight. V usually tries to stay away from groups and public engagements, and avoids being the center of attention.